Next question.
She's so excited with it, like harassment.
All right. So moving on with health questions as well.
Okay.
If I have been diagnosed with a condition like ADHD, should I declare that, number one, or will that deter my chances of being employed in a company?
I think the most basic thing is you don't lie. If sometimes it will be in the form, like is there anything you want to declare, right? Just don't fill up the form. Don't fill up the form. But I also question, how does it affect your work, this condition, do you think? If you think it's unrelatable, it's not going to relate your work, then you don't have to tell. Then it's a don't ask, don't tell policy, right? But ultimately, you don't lie. When people ask about it like very directly, are you ADHD? Then you know you are, then you don't say I don't have. Don't lie.
But you know how some forms they will have like, do you have any health conditions to declare? So if you don't fill that in, would that be in a way lying?
Are you on medication? Because ADHD also have different types, ma. You
correct.
have mild, you have not mild. I think whatever you are on medication, you should be what you should put it there.
Okay.
I think it's important, right? But if you will it deter? Of course it will. Why would I want to hire orang yang sakit rather than hire with 120/80 BP? You get what I mean or not?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Of course I will choose the healthy one.
Yeah.
You will always have a disadvantage when you are sick. That is why you have to be very good in everything else. It's just like some of us are ugly fat kids, right? When we were young. Correct or not? We have to study.
Former ugly fat kid.
we want to stand out in society. At least we need to be smarter than the rest. Correct or not?
Correct.
So I saw this in all these Instagram, TikTok about it, which I find it so true. Right?
Yeah.
So it's okay to be sick, but do you have ultimately you need to give a reason for them to hire you. You want them to hire you, you need to give them a reason to. You want big bonus, you need the company to give the company a reason to give you a big bonus.
True.
Right or not?
Very true. Yeah.
So, in conclusion, for me, I will be upfront. As if you are on medication, I will encourage you to declare. If you fear you get rejected, just leave it blank. Don't lie.
Okay. Would there be any instances where, for example, one day the company might find out?
Yes. If you lied, that is why I said don't lie. Because a pre-employment lie is a major misconduct. They can terminate you.
Okay.
It has been proven in court before. A pre-employment lie is a major misconduct because it's not so much about you sick, it's about your integrity. When it comes to integrity, it's memang a major misconduct because it's also it makes sense, right? If the company cannot trust you anymore, how the company is going to continue this employee-employer relationship with you?
Because the trust is broken.
Because the trust is about integrity. That is why it's a major misconduct. Now, depending, you also can go and argue in court all those things. How did this particular information affected your work? That for them to use that reason as a lie to terminate you, also need to be because of this reason you did not do this, then the company would have prevented this. You see, there is a lot of argument to go around it. That is why I said don't lie. It's possible.
Okay.
Because especially if let's say I hire you as a massage therapist. People come in want to feel zen. Then you are on medication on ADHD, which should not be in a very zen environment. You get what I mean or not?
Yeah.
Then we started receiving customer complaints because you ADHD, you keep pitching people the wrong way.
Yeah.
It's
true.
possible.
Yeah.
I'm discriminating ADHD people. Everybody has their own problems, okay?
Yep, correct.
Might not be the right job for you. You get what I mean or not? So don't lie.
Okay. Again,
Okay, next.
intention. All right. Next.
Okay.
Yasanthi.
Next one. Is there an industry that has the highest burnout rate? Like so far in your long term career, have you noticed a particular pattern? Or like highest
manual
turnover?
workers, obviously it's easier to get tired, right? You talk about it's always a pyramid.
Right.
Okay, the highest turnover always is at the bottom. Mm? Then they go all the way up like that. No, normally it's correlate like that. But there are certain industry that is always have very high turnover. That I can tell you one, telemarketing.
Right. Why?
Hmm? Would you encourage any of your children to pursue a telemarketing career? Don't ask me why. You guys know why. Who wants to sit there and sell things we don't buy our own selves to a stranger and get slammed on the phone and
That's true.
cannot block all the time?
Yeah.
Nobody
yeah.
wants that job.
Yeah, that's
Huh?
true. That's
But
true.
it pays the bills.
True.
It actually has a good pay, right? The incentives.
Yeah, I
when
think
you-
And,
That's
it's
right.
better than going under the sun to sweep the road. Mm?
Yeah.
So we take the job, and honestly, the commission is not bad. Money is there. But it will come to a point you don't want to talk anymore to anybody. It's a very tiring job.
Day in, day
It's
out. Right?
exhausting mentally. It's also exhausting physically. There are a lot of jobs that are like that. But it's an honest living.
Yeah.
Right?
Very true.
True.
Very true.
This one I think you answered a little bit, touched a bit just now, but just wanted to, bring it up again. Is it true that employers are more interested in hiring women who do not have children than mothers? Because they believe women without kids are able to be more focused on their job without having to juggle family commitments.
I actually ran a poll about this before on my LinkedIn account. I've forgotten the results. I ran that poll because I'm pretty much on the fence about it. Right? I had an argument with my BFF before about this. He thought people would like to hire single people because their time is more flexible. Okay? While I will talk to another group, will tell me we prefer to hire married people because they seem to be the more responsible one because they have committed to another partner. No problem with commitment
Oh, right.
because they're committed in a relationship. Oh yeah, the married one suddenly.
I see it.
I was like, wow, like that also people can make connection.
You see the difference between how a single thinks and how a married thinks. Right? So for you, you might think we single one are better. For you think we married one are better. That is why I'm pretty much on the fence about it. But I think you need to be very clear about how they manage it. Like when I hire recruitment consultants, right, it's a very intense job. I can tell you, it's a very intense manual job. If you miss your KPI one day, it will have a backlog. And in the recruitment business, we always look at your monthly and quarterly results. No, macam like consistency is very important. That is why if you miss your days, it will affect your performance. Now, if I hire a single mother with 3 kids, what are the chances there will be emergency? 3 times the chances, compared to a single mother with 1 kid. Correct or not?
Very true. Yeah.
What I need to know is your support system. When your kid is sick, how does it work? Who takes care? Because honestly, it's foreseeable. I know you will have a lot of ELs to come. I am cool with that. As long as how you think you can manage it. Because don't come and tell me, I'm a super salesperson. I will make sure I will complete my job yesterday. Hey, you just take care of a young kid that is vomiting the whole night. You will not have the energy the next day to backdate whatever work you missed yesterday. Let's be real, okay? I need to know your support system. Do you have a mother-in-law that is taking care of the children so you can focus at work? Correct or not?
Correct. Yeah.
Do you think you need to bring the kid to the office? Because I do have a staff like that. So every time the kid's sick or she has no choice, no babysitter, she actually brings it to the office and we take turn to help to take care, which we are cool about it because we knew about it up front. I only care about how you guys going to manage it, but shit hits the ceiling fan.
Okay. Yeah.
So both people also I will hire. I'm more interested of your problem solving skills.
Right. Okay.
Make sense?
Makes
Okay.
sense. Makes sense. Perfect sense. Ooh. Okay, so now we are part of the last part of
The
the,
last
questions
segment,
on
yes.
harassment.
Huh.
Okay, yeah. So this question
She's so excited with it, like, harassment.
because when doing our research, this was like very interesting things that I found out lah. Okay, so is it okay to allow your bosses or colleagues of the opposite gender to call you names like sayang, leng loi, leng chai, hottie babe, or
Actually,
pretty girl?
I have no problem with it. I love somebody call me Lang Loyo, okay?
Okay.
Huh? When a colleague call me babe. Huh? You know why? Because they are making an effort to make you feel good. But whether you are okay to receive or not, we don't know until you tell us, okay?
Right.
If you have a problem with me calling you sayang, just say so. Eh, boss, boleh dong panggil I sayang bulu roma I naik. It's true, ma.
Communication, guys.
Because
Communication.
because in like in my office, everybody call everybody babe, okay? Because it's a thing. It's a thing. Huh? Hello, good morning, babe. I was like, babe, siapa, babe? It's just like sometimes, there are certain people are triggered with certain words. I'm triggered with the word dear. Hello, dear. Who's dear?
So whoever call you dear die lah.
But whoever call you dear, it might be because of their way of just calling someone. Like hello boss. Like boss is a very normal one. You go to mamak, they don't know whether you boss or not. But for them, you are boss because that day you are paying for the teh ais limau. Makan apa boss? Betul tak? Right? So when people call you babe, what do they mean?
Right.
Okay. Now if you talk about harassment, it's different one.
Mm.
The tone and the intention behind why they call you make your bulu bulu roma at night. Because when they call you, it's not the problem. The action that follow after that is the issue. Sayang, pergilah tengok wayang dengan I. Sudah kahwin lah. Tak apalah, satu malam je.
Yeah.
You see, again, it's not so much about the sayang. It's what comes after sayang is the problem.
Yes. Okay, now we see it.
Sometimes we can also identify from the tone, right?
Yeah.
Correct. The tone of voice.
And then the mata lari.
The
and
body
all.
language.
Yes, the body language is come in full thing. You know, again. But if you guys have a problem with it, just tell it. Like I have one staff. My full name is Ku Sim Ling. So some people call me KSL in the office, right? I have one staff. Honestly, I don't like her a lot.
Okay.
KSL is only for people who are very close to me that will call me that sometimes, right? She likes to call me, thank you, KSL. Yes, KSL. You know what? I sit her down. You know what? You either can call me Ling or you can call me Miss Ku. Huh? You don't call, or you want to call me Ling or Miss Ling. Don't call me KSL. Not for you. I say, I prefer you to call me that way. You don't like it, you say it. Then she stopped calling it.
Was she okay after that? Like go back to normal?
Of course, she was shocked. And for a while, she was very fearful with it, which I also know. Because sometimes I can be very intimidating. But she's the type, if you don't scare her, she won't listen time.
Alright.
A bit more broktan kai lah. Memang kena garang sikit. But after that, she also got very traumatized. But I also put in effort to fix the relationship after that. But that is a different story lah. The main point is, if you guys have a problem with someone calling you that, you have to tell them to stop. Now, how does it come up to harassment? It's like the definition of harassment itself. If after you tell a person to stop and the person still insisting doing it, after you tell them to stop multiple times and they still come to you continuously, that is harassment. That is when you can raise a case.
Right. So we have to verbalize it, and if they don't respect it and they keep doing again and again,
You at least have to make known no.
okay.
Because people don't know until you tell them. People don't know what they don't know.
And what happens if this boundary is not respected? Like what should the employees do then?
I would say, okay, you guys suka cucuk belakang kan? Ana report kat HR. I would think if you guys decide to cucuk belakang orang, this is what I believe in. I have the courtesy to tell the person. I say, if you still continuing to do this, I've tell you no so many times, you will leave me no choice but to raise the issue with HR. At least give people a final warning. Even for employers to take disciplinary action against you, they also have to do it progressively. But they will give you verbal warning first, warning letter 1 to 3, baru they will give you termination letter. So I think it's also the same. You can use the same concept to treat other colleagues. Right? You give them verbal warning, you give them warning, then stern warning. One more time, I'm going to lodge a report. Then I think it's more harmonious that way. Because sometimes when you gertak orang like that, they
don't see it coming.
they will take a step back for a while. They will tone down for a while. But normally this is how we all are. Where marah that time will be okay for a while. After a while, we akan naik hantu balik. It will come back,
Yeah,
Okay. Yasanthi, over to you.
Okay. On the topic of sweet talkers.
Yes.
Sweet talkers climb up the corporate ladder faster.
I agree.
Oh?
Yes.
Why is that so, Aunty HR?
Because they're closer to boss. Boss is your career sponsor. In most in most cases, your boss is your career sponsor. Career sponsor is someone who will develop your career by ways whether they invest in your learning or they invest their time in you or they coach you, right? If you have a better relationship with your boss, it will make the boss more willingly to sponsor you. But of course, ultimately, you must be able to do the job lah, right? Like every mother will have a favorite child.
Yeah, even though they don't want to say it.
Yeah.
I believe they do.
Yeah, but why is that their favorite child? Have you guys questioned that?
Yes.
My mother want to wake up 6 o'clock in the morning, go pasar, who go? The one that engkau kipas mother and go kan, the favorite child. You all tidur macam kat bilik tu. But from my experience, sweet talkers, if you do not know how to do your job, you just depend on your mouth sweet talk all your way out, right? It will never last. I have seen so many people's career rise and fell because they are sweet talker and cannot do anything else. Yes, you will rise, but it will not be able to sustain you just by talking. Still need to put your words into actions if you want to sustain your career.
Walk the talk.
Yes.
Walk the talk. Okay. Next question. If your boss or an employee throws a folder or a pen at you, would that be considered as
I've seen that before. I also said that story so many times before. My first management meeting, when I first got promoted to become a branch manager, I saw my bosses throwing sugar packets at each other in a heated argument.
at each other?
I was like, is that how management meetings are? So, but first time manager, kan?
Sugar packets.
It is not pen and staplers. I've seen also in the heat of the moment a stapler flew over too, because very angry, right? But if you follow the law, you throw anything at anyone is against the penal code. I've forgotten which one was it. It's assault, right?
Okay, yeah.
So anything that breaks the country law will automatically break the employment law, because it's a major misconduct.
Okay.
You will get you fired.
Wow.
When you say that, what if the boss do the throw? You can fire the boss. Can you resign lah? Fire the boss lah. Correct lah. But you want to go to police report, you cannot go to labor law and do it, because in the undang-undang it says that it cannot throw. Cannot throw is police station.
Right.
You want to lodge a
okay.
police report, you can. Because in Malaysia, different department jaga different law, and they
yeah,
don't talk to each other punya.
Alright, okay. Communication, Malaysia. Communication.
Alah, you guys in the same department, same company also don't talk to each other, one department to another.
True. Okay, so that's considered as assault. So if
Assault,
everyone
yes,
has,
it's considered as assault lah.
Sweet
Okay.
packet of folder.
Yeah.
Sweet packet for you. Oh
Sugar.
Sugar packets.
Sorry, yeah, sugar packet.
Because we were having a hotel
Yeah.
meeting in hotel, right? So they have all these sugar packets there.
I'm just playing it in my head now. It's so funny.
I know,
like all the
it's
management.
funnier because it's my first management meeting.
Exactly. Talk about an
Never attended
introduction.
management meeting my whole life. And that was my first. I was like, is that how management meetings are? Because I also don't know why I never attended one.
Out of all the things. Open the door, throwing sugar packet
Yeah,
at
it's
each
like
other.
behind closed doors. That's what actually happened.
Talk about a sweet introduction. Aduh. Oh, we're down to our last
Last.
question. Aunty HR.
Which I actually think you briefly covered already. But just to recap, what should an employee do if they would like to report a colleague or an employer because of harassment? Or,
Talk
Yeah.
to the person first.
okay, yeah.
Jangan go cucuk belakang dulu. We try to settle things harmoniously. It's just like car accident kan, can settle or not? Tak settle baru pergi balai. Huh? Because it's a very long process, you know. Even, so I always like the concept of empathy. You put yourself on her shoe. If you said the wrong thing to her, what would you want the other person to tell you first? At least try to negotiate to come to an agreement first before he go report you. Would you want the person just straight away go report you? No, right?
Yeah.
Like I said, give ample warning lah. You know, I tell you so many times, you are not listening. If it happens again, really, one more time, I will report you to HR because I do not know how to handle you anymore.
How can they carry out these conversations? Like call them out for lunch, or just corner them by the coffee machine, or go to their desk?
Normally, I would encourage people to talk things out through lunch because it's very hard to get angry over good food, right?
Good point.
But normally on harassment case, you don't want to mislead further. And it can be dangerous if you guys go to, because it's just two of you on the table. You get what I mean or not?
Yep, yep.
You might
Yeah.
people might
The
still
situation
get
can
it like be a wrong intention.
Yeah.
So maybe just in nowadays there's a lot of these telephone booths in the company. Or just call. Or just go coffee in a public place somewhere. You get what I mean? Or you just do the millennial way lah. Just text.
That's,
Because actually WhatsApping is not a bad idea at all. At least it's on record.
Right.
In the event it does goes to court, right? You can show it. You see, I have evidence because WhatsApp is an admissible evidence at court, right? I already told him so many times. I did give him the warning. If you have that, lagi susah the other orang will get fired even more easily. Because there's already evidence that people already warn you don't do it and you still do it.
Okay, so millennials.
evidence is important.
Yeah,
Yes.
evidence is very
Yes.
important, I think.
That's why always have your offer letter. Don't start work without an offer letter. Documentation is very important.
It
Very
is, it
true.
is.
Very true. Okay. All right.
And we have reached to the end of
Yeah,
our podcast
podcast.
session.
Thank you so much, Aunty HR.
Thank
for
you
your
so much for
time.
having me.
Was just gonna ask if you have any last words to share to people out there.
Oh, last words. I always believe one should be fair to the employee, but we also need to be fair to the employer. However, it never hurts the business if you put the employee first. Okay? Next!
Okay,
Yay.
nice.